Oh, I mean, I left a software company, like
All
just
right,
walked away.
let's talk about that. Yeah, because the last time you were on, we were talking about Lasso, and I'm using that on
Yeah.
one of my sites. I like to test a lot of different products. So I'm using Lasso on one of my newest sites. So yeah, what's up
hmm
with that? Why'd you leave?
Lifestyle choices. So what happened was the truth about what happened was I moved into this new house, and it was something that it's been like a lifelong goal of mine to like own a house with a yard because I owned a condo but it didn't have a yard, and so I finally was able to do it, and it just was a lot of work. It was a lot of work to basically I don't know. It was a lot of work to move here, and if I was working a 9 to 5 job, I probably would have taken off a week just to do this because it was just like setting everything up and fixing things, and there's just a lot. I did, and when I moved into my house the first time, that's exactly what I did. Took a week off of work and like change light fixtures and paint it and whatever you have to do. What happened during that time was I wasn't working on Lasso, and Lasso definitely demands time because you have to be in the customer service. You have to answer questions. You have to be constantly building and improving things. You have to be constantly producing You can't just be a software company. You have to be a media company too because you have to promote the thing. And there was this demand of time. I had dedicated a year and a half ish to Lasso. Doing a lot of the coding work on the back end, not a lot of it, but like a lot of the front end coding work. The design of it, the website, and then like we tried to hire somebody for customer service, and it didn't really work out. So I had to get back into customer service, and we were just trying to figure. So there was a lot of like hats that we were wearing, that I was wearing, and Andrew was wearing, and it just it demanded all of my time. It just was. And so when I went to move, I felt the entire week. I felt this like pull of, this thing needs me, and I can't be there, or like I kind of don't want to be there for it because it's just I don't know. And it was, and to Andrew it was seemed very clear that like I wasn't interested anymore. Like I just didn't have the fire anymore. I didn't feel like I wanted this to be what I worked on. Because again, like I love building things. I love putting craft into something. The thing I try not to do is maintenance it. So like what's great about doing a YouTube video, which obviously is not a product, but doing a YouTube video, or no, I should say like doing YouTube for bloggers, like building a course, it has a completion date. It is a
Mhm.
product. I will be able to market that on Money Lab for the next 4 years, without like very little updates, if any, unless YouTube changes some weird thing. But like it feels like a very complete thing, and I had full control over all of it. Like I am that's it's what I do. Whereas like with software, I was kind of at the mercy of like if I needed something to be done and I wasn't capable of doing it, I would always try to do it and then fail and get stressed out, and then I would have to like rely on Andrew to do it for me, or have a developer come in and do it. And it just felt like a clunky process. And then it's a hamster wheel of like I will be constantly forever working on this, and if I'm not the one constantly forever working on this, I will be constantly forever managing someone else to work on this. And again, it did not fit what I wanted once I moved into this place, which was like I want to be able to go homebrew in the middle of a Wednesday and not have to worry if my business is going to like fail, or if people are like banging down my doors because something's broken or not working, or it just wasn't for me, and it took me a while to learn it, but I enjoyed and I love the building aspect of it. Like I got really into like getting the product to where it is and getting the branding to be cohesive, and getting it all set up. But then once it was set up, I kind of just was like, all right, it's I'm done. Oh my god, now people are complaining, and people need this feature and that feature, and like I'm like, this sucks. I did it. What more do you want from me? And that's just my personality. It's not that, obviously that is the game, right? And I don't fault it for being what it is. It just didn't fit what I wanted in life anymore. It doesn't have the same, like, swim university is great because I built 4 products. People love them. My return rate is very low. And when I put out a piece of content, it does well. I get great feedback, and I don't have to work on it ever. It's like I put out a piece of content, like I did it, I nailed it, like it's great. I may have to tweak things here and there, but like nothing that I don't know I know how to write, I know how to you know make a thing. So it's a totally different type of work, and I once I got the thing that I'm good at done, it felt like, I have to keep maintenance this thing forever, and I have to, in order to make money, and feel this sort of tug at like this thing needs you all the time. It's like a baby that never grows up, and I don't like that, and
Yeah.
I didn't realize it until later, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a very profitable business, and I was, and it's probably going to make a ton of money, but mental health more important.
Indeed. And I think one thing you was sort of embedded in your answer is software kind of sucks until like version 2 or 3 or 4, and it's an iterative thing that you have to figure
Hmm.
out. And you guys were on version 1, I think, when I started using it, and then I think, did you guys push version 2 like over the summer? Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. I think back in June or July. Yeah,
And I used to do software project management, and what I don't want to do is use a beta version or the first version generally, because
yeah,
I want a solution to my problem, not a thing where I could help you improve it.
yeah,
I don't really care. Like, I treat the software as commodities, and if it doesn't do the job, like, I'm out. I'm not
yeah.
interested in giving you
Sure.
feedback, really. And I was
Same.
going to say some of the tickets were for me because I was like, dude, why can we not do this? This is a basic thing. So
Hmm.
those came in from me, and because I was in software, I'm probably a more of a ball buster than most people would
Right,
be.
right. And so as a creative, sensitive man, I take every piece of feedback as a jab. As
Personally,
like,
yeah,
you fucked up. Fix this now. And I'm like, damn it. It's not. I don't have that like part of my brain where I can turn off like not taking it personally. I take everything personally. So it's like,
yeah,
if you don't like my homebrewing video at this point, I'm okay, because I've not gotten any negative feedback, but like
yeah,
that one negative feedback is going to hurt. It really is. And so it's like, and it's not something I can help because it's just how I'm designed. But so so I know that, and I'm self-aware enough to understand that. And so I have to pick things that, like for example, the one thing that I felt such relief, and there are so many ways to go about this, but Intercom is the software that we used to answer questions. So there's a little speech bubble, and if you're in the software, you pop it up, you can like answer questions. And we had tried to hire somebody to do that, and I thought it was working great because I was just like completely hands off, and that person was taking care of it. But then there was talk that like it felt very inauthentic, that there was not somebody really there helping you, and it felt like robotic. And I don't necessarily agree with that, but I get it, and I understand how it feels to be in customer service or to deal with somebody in customer service, and they actually do care, and it feels like really great. And it's like, oh, I love this product because someone's there and they're like actually trying to help me. And so we could have spent the money to hire somebody to do that, but I felt that we should do it because we needed to learn the software and we needed to understand our customers. And I felt there was a lot of benefit to that. And I still believe that. The problem is that icon in my toolbar was something that I haven't had this feeling in a long time. This feeling, it's the same feeling I used to have when I was broke and I had a checking account and I was nervous. Like I had physical reaction to clicking that just to make. Is there any money in that account? Is it zero? Is it negative? Because like, I was always worried it was going to be negative, and I had an overdraft balance of $35 that I have to pay, and how many days. So there was like a stress factor of just clicking a button on your computer, and that was intercom for me. Like the number of emails, I'm like, if it was like anything over 5, I'm like, I have to process these. I have to read people like not liking something and I always took it again. I always took it from a personal, like, this person hates what I built, not this person is just trying to help. And so like that moment, like to constantly have that as a part of my life sucked. It's not very lifestyle, you know, it's just not for
Yeah.
me. So it was like, I'm the worst person to be in customer service. I shouldn't be there, but there was a benefit of me being there, which ultimately led to I probably shouldn't be in this industry because, I clearly can't, I don't have thick enough skin to deal with this. But for some reason, at some university at Money Lab, like I am in total control of the product. I put it out. I know it's completely up to me to make it great. And if something's not great, I know exactly how to fix it, and I can fix it in 2 seconds. With software, it was like a many multiple it took a long time for like somebody like complained about something to it actually being solved, like multiple weeks. And that doesn't sit with me because that's all of that stuff like remains in my brain space and it's just like, fix it, fix it, fix it. And I'm one person that's like, if there's a problem, go fix it, get it done, and then move on with your life, or find a way to like satiate it and move on. So it just
Right.
the industry just did not fit with me.
Got
And
it.
and yes, I walked away from a lot of potential earnings, but that's not really what drives me. It's like
Hmm.
I'm making good money now. I don't need more good money. I have it. So,
All
I could be
right.
making great money, but it's like, what else am I going to get? I'm not going to buy a helicopter. I'm afraid of flight. I'm afraid of heights. So why would I buy a helicopter?